Coming up, we'll tell you what we know about a shooting in central Sioux Falls that left a 19-year-old man dead.
Plus, how you can help authorities in east central South Dakota find an escaped inmate. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
An 18-year-old is behind bars in connection with Sioux Falls' first homicide of 2021. Asher Parks is accused of shooting a 19-year-old man several times at an apartment house in central Sioux Falls.
Investigators say Parks and the victim knew each other and got into an argument. That's when investigators say the situation escalated.
The suspect ended up using a handgun and shot the victim several times.
The victim's name has not been released yet. Parks is facing a long list of charges, including first-degree murder. He's in jail on a $1 million bond. The Harrisburg school shooter is now an adult and accused of a new crime. Mason Buell shot his principal in 2015 when he was still a teenager. Now he's 22 and charged with rape in Hughes County. A woman has also filed a protection order against him in Minnehaha County.
Following Buell's guilty plea in the Harrisburg school shooting, the judge put him on probation and gave him a 25-year suspended sentence. Depending what happens in court with the new allegation, Buell may end up serving prison time for the school shooting. He has a hearing in Lincoln County next month. Authorities in east central South Dakota are asking for the public's help in finding an escaped inmate. 27-year-old Cody Summerside left housing for minimum security inmates in Huron without permission on Tuesday. He is currently serving time for possession of a controlled substance and failure to appear from Lawrence County.
Summerside stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and has brown hair and eyes. If you see him or know where he may be, you are asked to call law enforcement. Turning to weather now, the hot temperatures we saw to start the week are cooling as we get closer to the weekend.
Let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center to see how cool it might get. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, you two. Good morning, everybody. We may see afternoon highs in the 70s just in time for this coming weekend, and along with that, the air should feel a lot drier. In the meantime, we'll try to interact with the humidity that's in the atmosphere that we've been experiencing over the past several days, with showers and thunderstorms that will develop tomorrow across western South Dakota, then moving to eastern KELOLAND for Friday. And as I just mentioned, cooler and drier air on the way for this weekend. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Crews in western KELOLAND were called to a grass fire early this morning. The Rockerville Volunteer Fire Department posted these pictures of the fire to its Facebook page. In them, you can see the flames stretching above the hill.
In the post, the department says multiple agencies were called to the fire west of Wasta and north of I-90. Stay with KELOLAND News on air and online for updates as they become available.
We have some good news to share about a staple of downtown Sioux Falls. The Phillips Avenue Diner announced online that it will reopen on Friday.
A fire damaged the popular downtown diner back in June. Since then, crews have been working to clean up anything ruined by the fire and smoke. The Sioux Falls City Council has advanced ordinances that deal with medical marijuana licensing and zoning.
The council approved their first readings. The ordinances advanced to second readings. They include a limit of 5 of the number of dispensaries in the city.
As alluded to by Councilor Neitzer, at this point there's really no way of knowing if the city is going to get 3 applications for a dispensary, or 5, or 10, or 15, or 20, or more. That remains to be seen.
Dispensaries would not be able to be closer than 1,000 feet to a school.
Today, the Department of Health will hold a public hearing in Pierre to discuss proposed rules for the state's medical marijuana program.
South Dakota has until the end of October to enact a regulatory framework. The state must then start issuing medical marijuana cards in November. Construction is about to start on the latest project in downtown Sioux Falls.
A groundbreaking for the new steel district is scheduled for 4:30 this afternoon at the Old Sioux Steel site. The project will have a hotel, convention center, restaurant space, plus apartments and condos. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather here for the next couple of days. We're going to watch these storm chances. It looks like tomorrow night in particular, tomorrow evening, there'll be some storms in western Nebraska that could easily become severe. Some of those coming into the southwestern part of South Dakota. Marginal risk goes all the way through Pierre. And then on Friday, more organized rounds of storms here, eastern South Dakota, much of eastern Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. So this is going to be a progression line that's going to come through. Hopefully we get some rain out of that. The trade-off will be with the more intense storms, some severe weather. Now, FUTURECAST even already tonight is showing some thunderstorms developing late this evening in the Rapid City area. These storms will come out of Nebraska and they'll move almost due north. So I really think that's going to be relegated just to the west. Then we'll repeat this scenario tomorrow evening, and you can see now the line advances a little farther east, so perhaps out to Pierre again late evening. We're looking at showers and storms, and any one of those could be heavy rainmakers as we've got some tropical air intermixed with this. Probably this line Friday morning doesn't reach Sioux Falls. I'm kind of inclined to keep that west, and then look at this. It redevelops storm chances Friday afternoon, and again, if we've got sufficient instability, that could be a pretty nasty round of storms, but it's conditional. You got to get all those ingredients on the table to work together on severe weather. So we'll just keep watching that here in the Storm Center. Highs today, 99 in Pierre, 100 degrees in Mobridge. You say goodbye to the 100s. Cooler weather for the weekend. Some 70s, in fact, for Saturday as we dry out. And then Sunday night, we could see another round of scattered thunderstorms across the region. Not just Sioux Falls, but Aberdeen as well. And we're anticipating 80-degree weather early next week. You'll also note there's a third system kind of out there on day 7. We got plenty of time to watch that, but again, that could be an influence as well. Pierre, central South Dakota, tomorrow night, early Friday is your best shot at some much-needed rain. And I'm hopeful at least a few folks are going to get an inch of rain out of this. And I think Rapid City also stands a good chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and into Friday, as highs return to the 70s after these 90s and 100s. That's your weather update. Check out details with our Storm Center update at KELOLAND.com.